Hello YouTube, Voan here today, and today I'm going to review a very special products from RetroBits. So this is called the RetroPort adapter. So like the label said, it allows you to play your NES games on your Super NES. So this actually allows full backwards compatibility on the Super Nintendo. So all you people that owns a Super Nintendo but really want to play classic NES games, then this adapters will serve that purpose. So it's kind of like Sega's power base adapters for the Sega Genesis. So like the power base converters that allows you to play classic Sega Master System games on Sega Genesis, this RetroPort adapter serves the same purpose, which allows you to play NES games on your Super NES. So the thing is, this RetroPort adapter, however, is not fully compatible with all NES games though. So not every NES game will work on this adapter here. So the thing that makes this work is it comes with this AV out cable. So basically all you have to do is plug the AV out into the adapter here like that, and then you take in NES games like Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt here, and all you gotta do is plug it on top of the adapters, kinda like this. You can see it. So you just plug the game on top of that, and then you can plug it, all of them. So basically you plug the NES cartridge on top of the adapter, and then put the adapters into the Super Nintendo. And then what's left after that, you take this side, the AV cables that connects from the adapters. Yeah, you have to use this and plug this into your TV enable to make it work, because this adapter will not work with the composite that Super Nintendo uses. So it actually has its own AV cables. So with this, you could play all your NES games, or almost all your NES games, using your Super Nintendo console there. So we're gonna test and see how good this adapter is, and if it's worth buying or not. So yeah, let's try it out. Okay, so we got the RetroPort adapter connected to the Super Nintendo there now, along with the NES versions of Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt on top of that. So yeah, let's try and see if it works. So there we are, Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. So as you can tell, we can't play Duck Hunt because this is on a Super Nintendo now. So yeah, we can't play with the NES light gun, so we have to just deal with Super Mario Bros. Now instead. Let's see how well that goes. And there it is. So Super Mario Bros. Plays just like how it was on the NES. The emulations works quite pretty good here. All the sounds almost accurate to the NES. The only thing is that the color is a bit more contrast here than it was on the original NES. but the control works accurately. Wow. Wow, it actually works really good. And now we're on level 2. So as you can tell, with this adapter here, the Y and X button does nothing, L and R does nothing, but you have to use the B and A button like you will on a normal NES controller. So B button is still the action, and A button is still jump. So you can't really assign Y and X to anything here. That's the only disappointing factor about this adapter. So you gotta just use B and A like regularly. Yep. Start and select still have their purpose. So let's see if we can get through this level. So for all you Super Nintendo owners out there who always wanted to play NES game on your console, this adapter serves as a good alternative. Back then, the only thing that does allow you to play NES game on Super Nintendo, that's the Super 8 adapter, I think. And that thing, though, even though that thing works okay, some of the compatibility has issues. But this adapter, for some reason, did a pretty good job. The emulations of the NES game works really well. So Super Mario Bros. Actually works really good here. There you go, Super Mario Brothers. So, works really well with the Super Nintendo controllers. So you got the adapter there, really works great. So let's try some other games. Let's try Super Mario Bros. 2 this time and see how that one works. So, take it out. It's really hard to take the adapter, the game out of the adapter, so you just have to be gentle with it sometimes. So, Super Mario Bros. 2, put it in there. There he goes. And there it is, Super Mario Bros. 2. It was frozen a while ago, so yep. So it actually does work like the original Super Mario Bros. And we still have the 4 characters that are in the original. See how the emulation goes here. So with this RetroPort adapters, the powers, fortunately all the emulation came from the carts. The only thing that requires for the Super Nintendo is that the adapter requires a power source. So basically the Super Nintendo, the reason for the requirement of the Super Nintendo is just for the power source. You don't see the adapter taking advantage of any features from the Super Nintendo. It's nothing like the Super Game Boy. So basically all your NES games will look just just as similar as how they would on a regular NES. Maybe with a much better quality, perhaps. So, Super Mario Bros. 2 here actually works really well. Works just as good as the Super Mario All-Stars version. The only thing is that you are using 2 buttons now instead of 4. Let's see if we could get through this level, and then we can test a few other games. You can tell that there are some sound issue with this game too. So you don't really hear the explosion of the bomb that I just used. Sometimes some of the sounds and music here might seem a bit louder than what they were in the original. There he goes. Yep, we got one up. There he goes. So let's try another game. Everybody's favorite, Super Mario Bros. 3. So let's see how part 3 goes. Oh, Super Mario Bros. 2 actually came out better. So let's see how part 3 is. There it goes, Super Mario Bros. 3. Playing on the adapters for the Super Nintendo here. Yep, it loads just fine. There are absolutely no slowdown here. All the flickerings and stuff that were in the original, that were played in the original NES are still here as well. Works just as good as the All-Stars version. Like before, you're only using 2 buttons anyway, so. Only thing is that the sound and the music is it's kinda like different compared to what if you're playing them on the NES. I can't fly. So let's see if we can get through with this. And there it is. So Super Mario Bros. 3 actually works really good as well. So let's see how this next one will be. Dr. Mario. Alright, so it doesn't seem like Dr. Mario is working with this adapter, so maybe that must be a coincidence, or maybe there's something wrong with the game. I'm gonna try to reset it. We might found our first game that is incompatible with this adapter. Hopefully it's just a game and not the adapter. So let's let's try again. Ah, blue screen. Oh, ow. There it is. So this game actually surprised us a bit there. A while ago I thought it might be incompatible, but for some reason it's actually just a game that's kind of dirty. So let's see how it plays. Alright. Alright, so we actually got one. So we gotta get rid of two of those. Alright. So we just need to get rid of that red one. There it goes. So we passed through the first level. Let's see how we do with the second round. Yeah, basically the game works, so let's go to our next game. So this time, let's try Rampage. Now this game sometimes it might have problem because it's hard to get this one to work on the original NES as well, so hopefully it works on this adapter here. It doesn't look like it's working, so let's try again. There it goes. Like Dr. Mario, this one also surprised me. So let's see how it plays. Yeah, it's really hard to get this one work on my NES considering it's blinking right now. Like, one of my favorite arcade games of the time is this game. You go around beating buildings, tearing things apart, eating peoples. Only thing is that you just had to avoid those helicopters and tanks. The other thing too is that this game is really slow, so yeah, if you're playing, expect that. Just have to destroy every single building they have up here, so. There it goes. Ah, I did not want to jump like that. For some reason that other building just exploded by itself, so yeah, that's kind of strange. So I gotta tear this other place up. So the blue building is actually destroyed. And there it goes. So we actually destroyed everything in this first level. And now on to the second level. So this time we don't have that annoying bridges around. So there's actually, if you enjoyed this Rampage game on the NES, there's actually a sequel in the arcade called Rampage World Tours, and another sequel to that on the N64 called Rampage 2 Universal Tours. Pretty much same idea as this one, but a bit more levels, a bit more co-ops, and a bit more features to it. Much faster than this one too. So you can see they actually kill me now. I pretty much am turning back to a humans. Alright, and I'm back. So this one actually works. Now let's get to these other two. Next one we have Gradius. So let's see how Gradius plays. See, yep, it works. So let's see how it goes. Gradius here is actually one of my favorite shooters on the NES. It's also one of the more challenging games too. It works really well with the Super Nintendo controller here. I have not found any glaring flaws about this adapter yet, so oh my god, it's getting more challenging now. Oh my gosh, I am dead. Ah. Oh well. At least we know it worked. So next, let's try Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Alright, so now we got Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers playing on the Super Nintendo now. So it actually works really good, just like on our real NES. To say, RetroPort is doing a very good job with this adapter. Oh my gosh, that dock. Oh, there it is. We got Zipper. just like the real NES. Oh my gosh. Alright. So I had to say, that adapter right there for the Super Nintendo that plays NES game works really great. Alright, so next I'm gonna give you my full opinions about this adapter and if it's worth buying or not. So let's get to that. So we have the RetroPort adapter here. My final opinions. It works really great. All my NES games seems to work just fine. There are a few that have trouble starting, but after a few tweaks there and here, it actually did work. There are no slowdowns of any kinds that I found. There are no music or sound issues, just that some of them did sound a bit louder than what they supposed to, and some of them has some glaring, some kind of like a little bit of tiny changes, but not much. And it doesn't bother me as much as most people. The only thing kind of let me down a little bit is this AV cable things. I just don't like to use the one that things that coming out of the cartridge. If only it can use the Super Nintendo one, it'll be more comfortable, because having this one sticking out, someone could accidentally just disconnect it at any time. So yeah, but it's not really a big problem though. And I'm glad that all my games work on it. There might be a few games that I don't have that might not work, like maybe Rat Racer. I heard that one usually don't work on clone systems. So inside this cartridge is all the clone chip that works on, that powers NES games. So Rat Racer might not work with it, Castlevania 3 might have problem with it, and maybe Battletoads second level and all that might have problem with it too. Heard that the second level freezes the game, so haven't tested that on this yet, so maybe I might check that one out soon. But right now this thing works really great. It's really cheap. It costs like maybe around $30-40 perhaps, so not that bad. Really affordable, works really well, works good with the Super Nintendo controllers. It doesn't support NES accessories, so your Duck Hunt and your Gyro Mines and all your NES games that require NES accessory will not work with this, even though the game will work. But yeah, so that's the only bummer there. But hey, you want to play your Nintendo Entertainment System game on your Super Nintendo? This is the only way to do it. This is the only way to do it without using that Super 8 adapter thing, the bulky adapter that we used to use. But yeah, Retrobits. Yeah, Retrobits. Nice product there. So this is Voan, and thank you for watching my videos.